Good morning, children. Welcome back to our social science e-class. Children, in earlier video we have studied about the effects of the British rule in India and what it have changed. It have changed the society and the conditions of the peasants were very bad. If the peasants, they became very poor and the zamindars, they became very rich because of the British friendship. Now today we are continuing with part 2. Let's study about discussions of Indian trade and industry. How the industry and the Indian trade collapsed. कैसे बंद होने लगा धीरे-धीरे. Okay. Now the handlooms of India supplied textile to markets of Asia and Europe. The traders from the European countries used to come in India to purchase commodities. The Indian made jute, silk, woolen and cotton textile were in high demand in the European markets. The soft and delicate muslin of Dhaka was world famous. Apart from textiles, commodities such as salt, saltpeter, sugar, etc. were exported in exchange of tremendous amount of billions of gold and silver. So in India you can see children, इतने सारी चीजें हमारे यहाँ पे होती हैं. And what the Britishers used to do? They used to take all these things to their country and sell in a high price. And like that, the British people, they became rich and somehow they were living in a luxurious life. And poor peasants and the people of India, they were becoming very poor. Now, the whole scenario changed as the British rule was implemented. The flow of billions of gold and silver got reversed. In the beginning of Industrial Revolution, the British took 500 crore rupees as per today's standard only from Bengal during their rule. Just imagine the wealth of the British would have accumulated from the whole country. So they were taking the gold and the silver across 500 crore. Okay, they used to work here and take all the benefits and all the profits from our country. It is not surprising today to talk about the lakhs and crores of rupees. Find out from your grandparents about the value of the thousands rupees 50 years ago. Why were coins larger in size in those days? So if we have to think about that, children, it's very interesting. Now let's continue. With the help of the raw materials produced in India and the money collected from India, the business and the industries in England prospered. जहाँ से हमारे मटेरियल्स रॉ मटेरियल्स सब जाते थे उसकी वजह से किसको फायदा हो रहा था? इंग्लैंड को. They flourished. Their mills started progressing. The cloth manufacture in England was imported in India without levying any duty on its, whereas there were taxes up to 80% on the cloth manufactured in India. जब चीजें यहाँ से लेके जाते थे तो टैक्स लगती थी. किसके लिए? इंडियन बिजनेस पर्सन के लिए, मर्चेंट्स के लिए. बट जब इंग्लैंड से वापस आता था तब कोई टैक्सेस नहीं लगता था. So what happened? There were taxes up to 80% on the cloth manufactured in India. As a result, textile made in India became costlier in Indian market itself. The Indian handicraft and cottage industry could not withstand the competition and they could not sustain themselves. Many skill-based industries of our country like textile industries, glass, paper, minerals, shipbuilding, etc. got ruined due to the policies of the British. Lakhs of skilled workers became unemployed. Gradually, the poor workers of the rural areas of India became poor. So this is a small picture, children, plight of a cottage industry in India. See the conditions of the people. Now think, what cottage industry can be seen at the village level in the present times? Now you can just think, what is the scenario of the present conditions in a small villages? If somebody has set up the industry, उनका क्या है? Profit मिलता है कि नहीं मिलता है? Now let's read. So speaking about the reformers. Now some reformers were there, means what? Some changes were there in our society. As you all know that our society was divided into four subcastes, isn't it? And we were following some orthodox belief and superstitions. At that time, when William Bentinck came to India, liberal thinking was getting into strong hold in England. This way of thinking slowly reached India. The British rulers started taking interest in the lives of people of India. So what happened earlier, they were very interested to earn profit. So they were just thinking about how to make money fast. तो धीरे धीरे हमारे ट्रेडिंग पे इफेक्ट कर रहा था. Now they started to take interest in the personal life of people who were residing in India, means our Indian people. So in England they were having a free-minded people there. They were thinking of liberal. मतलब वो बहुत आगे के सोचते थे. They were not narrow-minded. They were very broad-minded people. So Lord William Bentinck became quite popular in India by introducing few beneficial reforms. During his time, Indians started getting jobs in company administration. William Bentinck आने के बाद थोड़े बहुत बेनिफिट्स होने लगे. किसको? बहुत सारे इंडियंस को जॉब मिलना शुरू हुआ उनके ब्रिटिश कंपनी में. Indians were allowed to use their mother tongue in the court of law. Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other social reforms were constantly making efforts to stop the evil practice of sati. Bentinck agreed to these efforts and passed a law in 1829 to ban the practice of sati. So you all know what you mean by sati, isn't it? ऐसा होता था उस टाइम पे लड़कियों की बहुत जल्दी शादी हो जाती थी. अगर उनके हस्बैंड मर जाते थे तो उनको भी जलाया जाता था. So Raja Mohan Roy said that every life is important. Okay, he wanted to change some norms that was killing the people. He said that I should change the systems, the custom which is wrong. And who supported? Bentinck. Even Bentinck agreed that we should ban the evil practice of sati. And they were succeed also. During the time of William Bentinck, the English ruler tried to eradicate the social evils as per the will of the social reformers. The orthodox classes witnessed these reformers with suspicion. So he started to eradicate some of the social evils. जो हमारे सोसाइटी में जो गलत हो रहा था, he started to eradicate from the society. The company had passed a resolution to spend 1 lakh rupees every year on the education, but it was not implemented. So the company was very happy and they started to spend 1 lakh rupees for the education, but the society was not accepting these changes. Finally, an education committee was formed during the time of Bentinck. In the year 1834, Lord Macaulay thought of introducing English education in India. However, the education method advocated by Macaulay could not benefit the youth. Indians lost the advantage of acquiring the ancient knowledge and skills developed by their ancestors. The method of British education system was opposed by a number of intellectuals, and Mahatma Gandhi called as it to give millions a knowledge of English is to enslave them. That by receiving English education, we have enslaved the nation. Later, 3 universities were established in 1857. The Britishers could get educated workforce due to the introductions of English education. Alongside, it also developed the nationalistic thinking among the educated Indians. So this person, with the help of Macaulay, he started some English education and it also benefited our Indians. But some of the leaders and the learned people, they were opposing this system, and including our Mahatma Gandhi, he called that to give a millions of knowledge of English is to enslave ourselves. हम अगर इंग्लिश पढ़ते हैं तो इनकी गुलाम तो ऑलरेडी हैं और गुलाम बन जाएंगे ऐसा. And with his help we got 3 universities established in 1857. Okay children, now many machines were invented to facilitate the industries, transport and communication, considering the convenience in running administration transportation and strategic importance for the military, the Britishers introduced the railways in India. Children, as a result, as they were having some changes in our society also, they started to invent many facilitated industries like transport and machinery system. So they know that something should be introduced, and they introduced the railways in India. Okay, so Britishers, the first railway in India started between Bombay, that is Mumbai, and Thane in the year 1853 CE. तो ब्रिटिशर्स ने ही इंट्रोड्यूस किया था रेलवे सिस्टम, और उसमें बहुत जनों को, अपने इंडियंस को भी बहुत जनों को जॉब मिली थी. Now, in order to maintain an effective control on country to exchange messages with the neighboring territories, modern methods of post and telegraph were introduced in India. 1854 CE. Printing press and circulations of newspaper grew alongside. तो उनको अपना काम easy करवाना था. They set up many industries to run that industry smoothly, to exchange some message. They introduced the telephonic and post facilities, railway system, and they started to print the newspaper. और ये बढ़ता गया, उनको profit मिलता गया. These reformers were actually for the convenience of the British rule in India, but children, it turned out to be the blessings in the disguise for the growth of nationalism in India. Though they have done for the convenience of their profit actually. उन्होंने ब्रिटिशों ने उनके भी काम करने के लिए उन्होंने ये सब सेटअप किया था, but afterwards it was a boon to our India. Why? हमें बहुत सारी चीज इनके बगल से मिला, जैसे रेलवे है, पोस्ट एंड टेलीग्राफ है, मेनी चीज जो पुराने यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, मेनी इंडस्ट्रीज वेयर देयर, वो सब किसको बेनिफिट हुआ बाद में? हम इंडियंस को. सो द क्लास दैट acquired the English educations spearheaded the social reforms and nationalism in India. India, since they were more familiar with the contemporary developments in the world around. The post and the telegraph brought the people closer. जो ये बहुत important चीज है कि the post and the telegraph they brought the people closer. हम मैसेज एक्सचेंज कर सकते थे, खत लिख सकते थे. बल्कि इंट्रोड्यूस किस लिए किया था? ब्रिटिश लोग ने अपने लिए यूज किया था, but it was benefit for the Indians also, children. Now, children, we have come to the end of this lesson. Read the lesson. I will be sending the PDF of this chapter. Till then, take care. Have a nice day.